Happy morning, everybody. I'm Rob Booker. This is our daily webinar. For the time being, we'll do the webinar at least for the next 2 weeks, if not for much, much longer than that. So good morning to you. Welcome to the webinar. I'm glad to see you here. Every webinar is recorded, and we'll upload the recordings to my YouTube channel and to the Facebook page. I would appreciate a like or a follow or whatever you can do on those pages if you're watching this recording right now. Thank you so much. I'm glad to see you here. We'll use these webinars for an opportunity to experiment with new things, talk about stuff maybe we don't have any other good place to talk about it in. We can get off topic here. We don't have to stay on subject. We can look at any chart we want. We can look at any trading system we want. And also, of course, I can take some trades from time to time. And anyway, generally have a good time. So good morning. I want to talk today about a couple of things. Number one, what are these candles right here, these colored candles on my screen right here? Well, these are the brand new Andrew Palladino Bull Bear candles on TradingView.com, created by Andrew Palladino, and they will be released as a part of the indicator package that we have on TradingView around July 1st. These colors, the bar based on the bullish bearish strength of each candlestick. Bullish candles are green and occur when the candle closes in the top range of the current candle and above the highest high of the last blank bars. Bearish candles are red and occur when the candle closes in the bottom range of the current candle and below the lowest low of the last n bars. Any candles that are not bullish or bearish are white. The user has the ability to change the look back period of the high low range. So it's a nice way of indicating strength. For example, these candles right here, these multiple consecutive, oh boy, here we go again with my computer. These multiple green candles right here are an indication that the market has no indecision. And then on a pullback, it might be a nice opportunity to buy. And then we get multiple bullish candles again in a row. And then in a pullback, it might be a nice idea to buy. And then we get multiple candles again, and it might be a nice idea to buy. I like the idea that we could find some strength or some even trend-like trades using these candle bars. I like this idea, and I really like the work that Andrew does. It's pretty incredible. For those of you that are wondering where these are located, they're not on TradingView yet, but they will be inside the TradingView.com indicator package. All right, next on the list, I want to look at the Euro Turkish Lira. I've been doing this in the morning around now, and I'll show you what I've been up to. What I do is I ask myself the question, from 12 p.m., which is hidden here, from 12 p.m. right around here to 3 p.m. Madrid time, or 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. New York time, I ask myself the question, what direction is everything going? And it went up, and then it went sideways. So the answer to the question for me is sideways. So what I'd like to do is delete this channel that I just drew because that was not in the right place. There we go. Well, that's the bottom right there. That's a pretty, that's down there pretty far. So I have a couple of opportunities now. The first opportunity is to trade a breakout from beyond this channel. The second opportunity that I have is, because this has been moving up in the last 24 hours or so, and now it's moving a little bit further down, what we have is an opportunity to wait for the stochastic oscillator to go close to or all the way into oversold territory, and then back up with a buy trade. And I like that idea a lot. I like that idea a lot. Here's another, we'll take a look at a trade that I took yesterday on Facebook. I published this trade. I took a trade number 1 and a trade number 2 on my account, and I did it right on Facebook yesterday. And I held on to those trades until about 11 p.m. last night, and then I closed those trades at a loss, as you can see right there. So I closed those trades at a loss. And And then not only did it go to my profit target, it went a lot lower. Some of you did really well on that trade, and congratulations. More details on why I took that trade are located on the Facebook page, but it does happen. So I just wanted to, for the purpose of being completely transparent, that looks like a really great trade, and it was a really great trade, but I didn't get the really great trade. I took a loss on that one, which was really sort of disappointing. All right, what I'd like to do now is I want to cycle through some 60-minute charts, or even 240-minute charts, like a little bit longer term, and I want to look at these bull-bear candle situations. So there's all this indecision. It looks sometimes like there's a lot of clarity, but there really isn't. And Andrew, if you're here, you might recommend some settings for this indicator. This look back period doesn't seem to be reasonable at all. That seems to be completely ridiculous. And the default maybe should be something that you would recommend that it is. Anyway, let's look now. I've changed the look back period to 7, and let's see if that clarifies anything. All the colors got kind of weird. Let's go to 5 maybe. Oh, there's all kinds of colors here. Very interesting. Okay, let's look at the Euro Yen for our friend Leroy the Great. So I'm not seeing, this isn't, in this current form, because I'm not exactly sure what look back period Andrew's using, I'll mention a couple of things. This is pretty clear decision, upward decision. It's either bullish or it's neutral. That seems to me to be abundantly clear, and that would suggest that we're going to continue upward anyway. I mean, that's my personal point of view on that, is that's what it would suggest, that we would see additional move upward. There's a lot of talk right now, for example, on the dollar yen, that this move that you've seen in the last 24 hours, 1, 2, 3, is the beginning of a substantial multi-day period of time where the market is going up. And so there is some, there are some out there. There's some Ellioticians that I know that look at the Elliott wave stuff that are that feel like this is going to continue to move up, and it is showing a lot of decision. It is showing strength, and above the highs, I think this is a completely reasonable thing to do. Although long term, I'm bearish on the dollar yen. I think that if it moves up, I think we're in a good situation. All right, Andrew uses a look back period of 1, and then he says you have to change the transparency of the color. I don't really know what he's talking about. Maybe increase the color there so it's brighter? Maybe that's what you meant. That seems like probably what you meant. You know, to get the candle nice and super red or whatever. Yeah. Okay, that looks good. So it does seem that there is a lot of strength here on the dollar yen. It seems pretty clear that there's strength here on the dollar yen. What is the longer term view of this? Okay, this is a daily chart. I mean, we made it up to a monthly pivot that was not yet hit, and we've hit it. And the yearly pivot's already been hit. Yeah, I'm not so sure. I'm not so sure I like the. I'm not so positive that I like the buy side of this. I'd love to hear what any of you think as well, but I'm not so certain that buying this currency pair seems like a great idea. And the more I look at it, the more I feel like we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we're done with that move, unless we're part of some multi-day, multi-impulse wave pattern. I don't really see that. That doesn't make a lot of sense to me. In fact, I would be more interested in looking across the board at the yen pairs, at maybe some bearish moves. Dollar yen, Australian dollar, Japanese yen. This one I liked yesterday. I was looking at a move below this trend line that you see on the screen right here. I was looking for that, and it didn't occur, but I was also looking at some buy trades based on the RSI 5. I like the idea of maybe a sell trade on these yen pairs. Let's see what's going on over here on the short-term charts. Yeah, it's been down today. What we would look for, so we went down here. We were trending coming into the 9 o'clock hour in New York. Now we're on the way back up. I would look for something that looks like overbought, or anything on the stochastic over the 50 mark that rolls over and comes back down. I'd love to see a sell trade on the Australian dollar, Japanese yen. I don't know how the rest of you feel about that, but that makes that seems completely reasonable. I think all the yen pairs look like that, and that seems to fit the broader fundamental picture right now, as opposed to just further increased gains. Although I don't really care. I mean, if the dollar yen breaks the highs, be my guest. I don't see any reason why anyone would avoid that trade. I mean, I might not think it's a great trade right this second, but if it breaks the highs, and then it's hard to argue with that. It's hard to argue with price. All right, what are we doing here? Come on, TradingView, get it together. All right, so here is the Euro Turkish Lira, which is one of my favorite currencies to trade in the morning. We're going to talk about this in the upcoming class, starting on Monday or so. I love to look at this one, and I would love to see the stochastic oscillator go into that oversold territory, which it's doing right now. And once it does that, I would love to pick that up for a buy trade. And I'll do my best to send that out as an alert on the Telegram Messenger thing, but no guarantees, just simply because I'm going to be packing up a house today, so that's going to make it kind of difficult to do that, but still theoretically possible. Let's see if there's any other comments here. Did you have a monthly pivot? I did. Same thing that you had. Alan, really more yen weakness today than USD strength. Completely agree with that. Wayne says, I understand about the CAD Swiss trade. Watched it around the clock and have an idea on a technical entry to match your other theories. That's great. Oh, and Nimmer's already in an Australian yen sell trade. I like that a lot. Andrew says, I used the bar candles that we looked at just a moment ago. We'll pull those back up on the chart. Andrew says, I use the bar candles primarily to gauge whether the trend is strengthening or weakening. CAD Swiss was a great example of the strength early on, but toward the end, there were not that many up green candles and a lot of sideways movement, which is exactly what you're seeing here on the Euro Turkish Lira right now. And so a sell trade in these areas up here might have made a lot of sense. That makes sense to me. And now, as we go into oversold territory, I'll be looking for a buy. Andrew was looking at the 1 hour chart. Till says, came late, but hello anyways. Hi, Till. Nice to see you. And Leroy says, question the spreads on the Turkish Lira. Well, look them up, man. You got eyeballs in a trading account. Mine's pretty reasonable. I'm on the Oanda V20 core pricing, and I can get like 10 pips on the Euro Turkish Lira. So that seems completely reasonable to me. I'd trade that all day long at a spread like that. That's no problem. All right. Time for some wrap-ups, and very happy to see you all here this morning. Very glad to be back. I invite you to do the following. You can go over to youtube.com/Rob Booker, and we will upload the video of the day to the YouTube channel, which you're probably watching it on now. And I would love if you can click the subscribe button. That would be great. I really appreciate that. And you could also go to facebook.com, Rob Booker Trader. And if you would be so kind as to click the like button after you see the video on Facebook today, that would be great. We'll be back tomorrow. We'll take a look at these trades. On Telegram Messenger, I will be on the lookout for a buy trade on the Turkish Lira. And why don't I give you the link to join the private channel on Telegram? You simply click here. I put it in the chat window on the webinar, and I'll show you the link on the screen. This is the link on Telegram. You need to download Telegram Messenger to your phone and then click on this link. And then you'll be inside the alert system, and it will send alerts to your phone and your computer if you download Telegram Messenger to your computer. But you need to do it on your phone first. t.me/Rob Booker is the link, and that will get you real-time updates and alerts, or reminders about our webinar, or a link to brand new episodes of the podcast, and so forth. Thanks for being here, everybody. Nice to see you, and we will see you tomorrow. Bye for now.